Wolves and grizzlies in the northern Rockies have been long regarded by many hunters and ranchers as a threat to their interests. Glenn Hockett, whose background includes a Bachelor of Science degree in range management from Montana State University and work experience with the U.S. Forest Service and the Cooperative Extension Service in Montana, expressed his views about these predators during our August 2004 interview.
My background, I'm a hunter and volunteer president of the Gallatin Wildlife Association. I'm pretty proud of that group in terms of how tolerant, and not only tolerant, but welcoming we are of large predators. Oftentimes, I think the hunting community gets characterized as being anti-wolf or anti-grizzly, and that's not the case with the Gallatin Wildlife Association, and I'm proud of that. We believe you can, if you have these large carnivores running around, things are functioning pretty correctly. Livestock can play a significant role in limiting some of these large carnivores. Wolves, much more so than grizzlies, I think. Domestic sheep, more so than cattle. But conflicts do occur, and I believe where they do occur, the grizzlies should be given precedence, and on public land especially. Cows and calves die all the time for various reasons, but if they die from a wolf kill, it's front page news. And that's one of the things that sort of drives that issue. I mean, in the big picture, I don't think these predator kills add up to, they're a very small percentage of the total livestock losses, but they're painted as this nightmare situation. And again, I think if you look at the data, and it doesn't bear that out. Certainly the person who lost the livestock is affected, but I think again, if you work at sort of a market type of a solution, some sort of compensation for that, and then try to address the fundamental problem of where these conflicts occur, that's the way to approach it. And we have to ask ourselves, how many places on this planet can we have grizzly bears? I happen to live in a place where we can have grizzly bears, and I'm thankful for that. And so we need to give them the space. We need to be managing with them in mind and trying to be sensitive to their needs. I would argue it would not be prudent to be bringing domestic livestock into public land on areas of critical habitat for grizzlies or wolves or other critters that may find themselves in conflict with a non-native herbivore that's going to compete with the otherwise native herbivore that could provide a prey base for those predators. I'm not anti-rancher, I'm not anti-cow, but my relatives are involved in ranching, and we own land that is used in an agricultural manner. So I guess I just feel like we just need to be honest about where these conflicts occur and be willing to address them. It's been my experience that working with the federal agencies that I don't know whether it's politics or what, but they don't want to admit that these sort of conflicts occur, or they don't want to admit that there's significant consequences to livestock use of wildlands and wild riparian areas, and they're caught in the politics of public land grazing and the fact that these what should be privileges are de facto rights because bankers are involved, and there are, when base properties are sold, permit values add value to the base property. So there's a lot of complex intricacies on why some of these public land permittees, fight adamantly to keep these permits. It's an uphill struggle to get the agencies to do what you think they're supposed to do, and manage the lands properly and whatnot. And they err on the side of the extractive industry there, and that's the frustrating thing for me.